Okay, so today on our Mandy Motivation Talks, we're going to talk about email marketing and some of the things that I've encountered as I've coached people through email marketing. So first of all, if you're a small business owner, 100% you need to be emailing. Period. End of story. This is the easiest way to connect with your clients, to connect with the people who have said yes. They've already said yes. They've given you their email address and they've said, yes, we're interested in learning more about your product, your service, your coaching, your whatever it is. And what I have found is when I'm coaching small business owners, they're always concerned about, am I emailing too often, or do they even want my emails? And my answer to that is, who cares? Like, who cares what they're thinking? You have to give them, okay, that's bad. It's not who cares, but it's like, we need to treat them as adults. And as an adult, they can opt in or out of reading your email. And so you need to make the offer, give them that chance, and they can then choose if they're going to read or not. I wish more people would embrace this, because if you embrace this and you begin emailing more often, people are going to feel connected a lot faster than if you're emailing once a month and they're like, oh, who is this person? Oh, that's right. So the next question I get is then, how much is too much? Like, how often should I be emailing? My answer to that is as often as you feel like you have content for. So if you were releasing a reel or a YouTube video on a daily basis, then, or even not on a daily, on a weekly basis, email and tell them that. And not only will this get them connected to you, it'll also create subscribers on your channel, and it will also give them that touch point, so that they're feeling like, okay, this person's adding value into my life. Another thing to email out would be like your favorite tips for the week or something, like depending on what your product is or your service. Like, send them something helpful. So once again, they're like, ooh, hey, this person's helping me. Great. And then of course you also want to give them the opportunity to purchase from you. Like, why should they buy your product? And so you have to actually give them the link, or give them, the link to go and purchase that product with a reason as to why. And so those are just like 3 things that you could do on a weekly basis to stay top of mind. And I want you to think about like the emails that you're getting from people that you follow. Like, what are the ones that you're opening? And pay attention to that. If you're opening, tips and tricks, then that's what you should be emailing your people. If you're opening like packages where it's like, here's a special, then maybe that's what you should be emailing to people. And so don't be afraid to email. Allow the people on your email list to be adults and to opt in or out of reading your email for the day. But if you don't send something, you're not even giving them that chance. So that's the first point. The second point, and this is a question I get a lot from people who are starting to email, and that would be, what if they unsubscribe? Like, what if they decide that they don't want to receive my emails? And once again, the beautiful thing about this is you get to offer them something and they get to opt in or out. And that's the beauty of the unsubscribe. So if they unsubscribe, great. They were able to unsubscribe and they have that option. If they stick around, great. They've stuck around and your email list is continuing. And so don't be afraid. Don't let being afraid of unsubscribes to keep you from actually emailing. Creating that option, giving that offer, and then allowing them to opt in and out like is freeing, right? You don't have to worry about who's opening, who's not, who's unsubscribing, who's not. At that point, it's like you are doing your part as a business owner. And sometimes, like when I think about the unsubscribes, I think, well, I'm glad they unsubscribed because apparently they're not my people. And it's really interesting over the years. When I first started emailing, it was like my feelings would get so hurt. I'd be like, why are they unsubscribing? Now I don't even look. And it's funny, people will message me and they'll be like, I'm not getting your emails. And thankfully, I have an amazing program that shows me when they unsubscribed and how that happened, like whether they clicked a link in the email. And so I can go in and say, hey, you clicked this link to unsubscribe, so you have to resubscribe. And people will do that. And so the struggle with that is you actually have to have a system. And that system, that's actually what I teach here on this YouTube channel, is how to set up the systems so that you're not having to manually unsubscribe people and manually resubscribe people. So there's lots of email programs that you can use. One of them, I think I started out with Constant Contact years ago, like probably 18 years ago, and I have not used that in a long time. And then I moved into MailChimp. Now, the struggle with some of these platforms are, depending on your industry, they don't always like allow different industries to send emails from their platform, and that would be because of this, like the spam ability that happen. So like some industries tend to be a little more spammy than others, and so Mailgun was one of those, or not Mailgun, MailChimp was one of those that I had to get off that platform and move on to another. And so then I went to ActiveCampaign after that. ActiveCampaign, so MailChimp was cheap. It was like $10 a month. ActiveCampaign was like $65. Plus I needed to connect into Mailgun. And Mailgun actually you then are sending from your own server, not from the platform server. And that is another way to get higher deliverability with your emailing. And then from there, I actually found the GHL platform, the Go High Level platform. And that is now what I recommend for every small business owner. It is literally the greatest platform that I've experienced. Not only does it do email and the starting plans, which is perfect for every small business owner, is $97. And so if you think about like ActiveCampaign was $65 plus Mailgun on top of that, we're right around $100. Now with GHL, I do recommend that you still get either LC email or Mailgun, and so you will be paying a little bit more. It's like, you know, $115 to $140 because you should be hooking into your own server for that. And so I highly recommend it because not only does it do email, it does all of your funnels, websites, membership sites, and so much more. It's your CRM. It's like everything's in one place. So instead of having to like, and what it's called zap information here and there, it's all in one place. You don't have to do any zapping. You can see all communication, everything in one particular place. So super awesome. And I highly recommend it. You can check all my other videos on here and see all of the amazing features that GHL has. So, long story short is this. I want you emailing people. If you are a small business owner, a coach, a network marketer, you sell product of any kind, you need to be emailing on a consistent basis. You need to be offering on a consistent basis. You need to be showing up. If you are an influencer, you need to be gathering email. And you can't do that without some sort of email platform to be gathering that email on, and then in turn turning around and emailing those people. So your challenge for today is to figure out, what is your email schedule? What are you going to send? Are you going to send once a week? I would recommend a minimum of once a week. Once a month is too little. Are you going to do 3 times a week? And if so, like, what are you going to focus in on? Are you going to be sending tips and tricks? Are you going to be sharing videos that you're creating? Is it just going to be offers, which you can do? I actually follow somebody who she offers every single day. And I just saw a video that she created, and she has made a sale every single day since 2020. And that is the power of, if you want more sales, you need to start nurturing more. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified every time I upload a brand new video. And thanks for following Sommers School. See you later.